Hey guys, Rabbit Drew here, back with another Starcraft Broodwar Remastered cast, and I have a ZVZ for you today. So, not something that I do on too regular basis, but we are on Nemesis. I am actually not familiar with either of these players. I loiter around many foreign Brood War Discord servers, and when I hear players describe games as interesting, exciting, and or weird, I just grab them and cast them. And it has resulted in a lot of fun games that are already on my channel, and I am dead sure that it's going to result in even more fun games to come. So if I look at the APMs of both of these players, this does appear to be a pretty high level game. We are on the new map for season 11 Nemesis, which I'm personally not a big fan of, but that's neither here nor there. And yeah, the tagline for this game is you will see some units and some things that you're not usually going to see in a ZVZ. And when I saw that, I said, hell, that's good enough for me. Alright, so spawning on the bottom right, we have the pink Zerg playing under a Smurf named Red Dot Machine, and he's going for a 9-pool gas over here, so quite an aggressive opening. And conversely, his orange opponent, Mr. Urk IMJ Raya, I'm going to try and say, looks like he's going to open with a 12 hatch. Now, my understanding of this match is evolving, which is not a pun on the fact that Zerg evolves everything. But it is evolving to understand some of the nuances behind the timings, etc. So this 12 hatch is a significant advantage for this orange player from a lava perspective, and only means for a very short window he's going to be vulnerable to the early lings of Red Machine, or the pink Zerg in this case, because his pool, as we can see here, is not even halfway done, and pink already has 6 Zerglings on the map. So it's going to just be a little bit of a headache for him to hold this initial pressure, but once he does, he has double the amount of lava than what pink does. And pink has followed this up with an early lair, which really means that early damage here is absolutely critical, because if orange holds early with from this initial attack, then his extra 3 lava, or basically double production capacity, is going to give him so much scope for a counter attack before any lair tech can actually do any real damage. Alright, so here we go. The first lings have arrived. Orange is pulling what looks like 6, maybe more drones. He's drilling through, drilling back through again. Okay, so no real damage, just a few hit points on the hatchery. One drone is a little bit orange, but nothing has died as yet. This is all just stalling for time. He knows that the hit points on a hatchery can be pretty good, so sending in more lings and rallying even more lings across here is the pink player. But our orange's lings have arrived, and everything is basically equalized. In fact, orange now goes into quite a commanding lead. He has as many lings and is already getting his ling speed. He has a tech disadvantage though. This is a single lair, a couple of creeps going up. This could be for a sunken. Both will be sunkens? No. One sunken has gone up here, and this is of course the spire. Okay. So the plan for Red Machine is as early a Mutalisk as possible. And now what orange needs to understand, of course, this being the tech path of the pink player, he's going to need some anti-air, and he's going to need it pretty fast. At the moment, there is absolutely no anti-air. I think this is a bit of a mistake. He has an extractor, but he's not mining any gas. So if he was thinking of getting his own spire or getting his own lair going, it's not going to happen. So I think what this is he's just gone, he's pulled everybody off gas, perhaps intentionally, so that he can do a massive link flood and try and end the game. And this is going to be a huge link fight right here on the map. So he's got a little wall of lings, but he's got far superior numbers. But this choke is going to give pink a really good opportunity to hold, and the pathing is an absolute nightmare. These lings are running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and I don't think he's going to break down here. I can feel the rage. Okay, so it looks like he's going to get through, and he does. Alright, so in he gets to the main. The Sunken is going to get surrounded. There's 2 of them though here, and only 2 lings. The drones are going to have to work overtime, but I think the positioning on these Sunkens in the SimCity is really, really strong, and that's going to get this work done here. Only about 6 or 7 lings left. The Spire goes down though. That is huge. Only 2 Mutalisks have popped, but those 2 Mutalisks are going to have an absolute whale of a time because Orange has got nothing. Okay, so the Evo Chambers come up behind that attack, so some spores will save the day for Orange. But what a frenetic start to this game. So what damage can these Mutas get done? Let's see. Alright, so a couple of drones go down. Okay, the spores aren't even up yet, so this is really good damage. Here's the first spore. And spores actually hit Mutas pretty hard. They're quite weak on sort of a direct confrontation. Another spore coming up here, but is it going to be in range to defend the spawning pool? It's not. So these Mutas are getting even more damage done. There's nothing else out on the map at the moment. It's 11. There's 12 workers for Orange, 13 for Red. He's rebuilding his Spire. No lair. Still just spores. What unit is Orange going to try and win this game with? That's my question. So the Mutas are even going to maybe get the spawning pool. That is going to be catastrophic. He's got absolutely nothing that can stop this. So here comes Sunken. Here comes the spore. And if this spawning pool dies, he can't build creep colonies. He's going to get it. Oh, it's got 10 HP! Finish it! Okay, he does. He does. And they can't hear me, guys. I forget this. I apologize. I'm convinced every time that if I shout at a player in a game from the past that I'm currently casting live, that they're gonna listen to me, and they just don't. It's crazy. Okay, so speedlings are moving around the map. I am slowly catching my breath again. We have a second hatch in base. 3 Sunkens, a Spire, and that's it. It looks like 4 Mutalisks. And Orange is literally Lingman. He has got nothing else going. He's rebuilding his spawning pool, which is going to take some time. Starting to mine gas. Moving around the map with lings. I think just to scout, understand how many bases does his opponent have. Pink throwing down another hatchery now, with 2 already in his base. I think pushes him into a really strong position. These Mutas give him absolute map control. I can't understand why our Zerg is not, our Orange Zerg is not trying to progress. Okay, actually I do understand, because he lost his freaking spawning pool. So I wonder what his plan is. Okay, so he's just gone for lair. Straight away, the second the spawning pool rebirthed or came back up again, he's going for lair. I think this time that Orange is going to take to recover is potentially going to be the end of him. These Mutas just are running around, picking off straggling lings that are kind of just scouting all the time. Okay, so identifies 2 spores, but I think that the goal of that little poke was just to check. Alright, so the tech is lair, not Hydras. I would certainly want to know if it's Hydras. So many Mutas. This game is so weird. Pink has got 15 drones. Orange has got 26 drones. He's got no freaking units at all. He's got 3 hatcheries. He's got spores. He's got no units. How is he planning to win this game? Is he going to plan to just win this by having superior econ and then powering up on units at a later point? Pink now is droning up because these Mutalisks give him absolute map control. I'm going totally quiet because the first few minutes of the game just made me absolutely breathless, and now this little proverbial calm has certainly changed things for me. Okay, so we have a double lair tech here. We have a Spire and a Queen's Nest coming up, which tells me that the solution is some sort of hive tech for our Orange Zerg. Our Pink Zerg is just macroing up now like a madman. He is really enjoying the map control that he's got, seeing that Orange is just running around with annoying little lings that can do nothing to his massive flock of Mutalisks. And I understand this perfectly. In fact, I think the only thing that I can say about our pink Zerg is he's missed a trick here in terms of his droning time. He's had a huge window of time to drone up like a mofo, and I think instead of droning up, he's chosen to build more and more mutalisks that he doesn't need right now, if that makes sense. Having the drones now, having the hatches now, having the upgrades now, having the tech now would certainly be far more useful than what having mutas running around the map killing a few Zerglings has been for him, because all that orange has done is gone, alright, well, I'll spore up, I'll drone up, I'll hive up, and then I'm going to come and hit you with my power. And he's got more drones, and he's got this hatchery here which has not been scouted, and unless Pink decides to fly all the way to the other corner of the map and doesn't lose all his mutas to Scourge here, this is quite huge. We have a whole control group. Oh, that's actually really good micro. I think he might have lost one. Okay, and then he lost two. Okay, so he lost 2 mutas to a whole flock of Scourge. And now all of a sudden, Orange has got his own mutas. Orange has got more drones. Very soon Orange is going to have more hatch power, and I'm going to call it now. I'm going to say that Pink has thrown a huge advantage here and is potentially going to lose this game. I'll go for it. I'll give you a prediction. Pink loses, Orange wins. Let's see if I'm right. I think Orange has been patient, and this is turning into potentially an aerial game. Still just on layer tech here. So it's just mutas and Scourge. A lot of hatcheries coming up. Still relatively low drone counts for both players, both below 30. Space just quietly coming up, probably sporing up here in the corner. What's that? It's a Nidus. I guess he can reinforce. And a spore in case the mutas scout that, buying him some time to move his own mutas across. Alright, so Cracklings probably with the hive tech moving around just to add in a little bit of variety into the attack and to tax the multitasking of all the many mutas that are on the map. I think the purpose of this expedition is actually just scouting, just for Orange to confirm how many bases do we actually have. A little bit of flying around, feeling each other out. Pink still has no idea about this base. This is huge. Scourge flying around. What they're going to catch, if anything. Maybe they're also on a little scouting. Nope, stopping here. I have a feeling this game is building for a huge fight. Still no hive tech. Greater spy over here. You can see some sneaky weird units like Devourers. There we go. There's our first Devourer coming out. Here's another one. We're gonna see some Devourers fighting against mutas here. This is gonna be juicy. I dig the Zerg music, man. It's gotta be the best music in the game. Still hasn't found the space. Quietly mine along. Oh, the Scourge. A battle of the skies. Oh my gosh. Look at all these Devourers. He's flown straight past the Scourge. He's surrounded by Scourge. He's gonna get so many hits here. Oh my god, that is so many Scourge, but I don't know how much damage they did. It's so hard to tell. I think Scourge have got to honestly be the most tilting unit. Okay, so he's found this base. Here we go. So this is being wrecked. I see some orange going here and here, but here come more Scourge. He's moving in with the mutas. The Devourers are basically going to only be here to attack any Scourge that are on the way or any mutas that move across the map. I guess some decent hits there. Here come a few more mutalisks from Orange. And he's getting a lot of damage done. Pink has no other choice. He's got to bring back his huge flock of mutas to fight this. 63 plays 83. Knocking down this base was absolutely massive by Pink. He goes flying back into the lead. I am an idiot who cannot predict how StarCraft games are going to go. Now, the question is going to be, what are you going to do with these Devourers now? Okay, so he's moving out again with his sort of double flock of mutas, a couple of lings, and some Devourers. Where is he going to hit? Because if he doesn't do huge damage now, orange, then Pink has just taken this game. Just picking on an Overlord. What the hell did the Overlord do to you, man? That's just mean, and they just left him there. No, that's fair. That's what you do. You hit an Overlord down to 31 hit points, and you just need to recover. It's a shame that you could have killed him. Okay, so orange is moving in. I think the link coming in too will help, although a lot of mutas. Alright, here we go. Here's the oh, no, Scourge. Oh, all the Scourge connected. There was a lot of green. This is a huge fight. Devourers, mutas, but the mutas are absolutely smashing through from Pink. Orange is just evaporating here. That's probably going to be the end of this game. These lings are achieving very, very little. What a ridiculous fight. There's so many pink mutas on this map. The lings are running with their tails in between their legs. 84 plays 41. Pink is giving him an absolute hiding. What do Devourers even do? Why were they even invented? Orange is asking himself. Just plain old mutas. He has a hunch, does Pink, that he's trying to re-establish this top left base, and he's 100% right. These lings will move across the map. There's a couple of sunkens here and there, and he can also pick off a few mutas from the pack to go and tidy them up if he really needs to. Pink is now also pulling out a few Hydralisks just to bring some variety into this game. Alright, so this is going to be the end of this base again. A couple of lings are picking up some stray Hydralisks that have kind of just randomly come and broken up the air versus air exclusive game that this has been so far. But I think killing this base again is absolutely devastating. I wouldn't be surprised now if Pink just rallies all his units together and moves in on Orange's position. Or potentially Orange now is going to go for one last hurrah. Okay, so Orange is pushing on this position once more. Hydras are now also reinforcing. There's just not enough here. When the rest of Pink's mutas come from the top down, it is just going to be over. Here they come. And this is a huge flock of mutalisks. These orange mutas have got absolutely no chance. They're going to evaporate in a matter of seconds. That's GG. What a game this was. Thanks for the recommendation. I really do enjoy interesting and fun ZVZs like this one. I'm Rabbidroo, a variety broodwarcaster. If you enjoyed this game, then please do subscribe for more. Until later, ciao for now.